One of the many places in the neighborhood of home was the ice cream parlor, clear and tasty. Run by you, the energetic Clara Clearly. Every morning you woke up at exactly 7 a.m., just after sunrise, brushed your teeth, put on your work uniform, and went to the parlor. You spent most of your days alone there, sitting, maybe occasionally having someone faceless as your customer. Of course, not in the literal sense. It's just when so many different and unassuming people walked into your establishment without any real input or care to give, well, that was just a given to happen over time. But when it happened, it terrified you a little. It was as if this place had become your entire personality. You sighed. You felt like turning into a puddle. Even the parlor's jukebox had stopped working a few weeks ago, so no repetitive 70s swing music to keep you company even. You were lying face first on your counter, dozing off, a small stream of spittle coming out of your mouth. Inside the ice cream shop it was comfortably cold. Just how you liked it. That was a given, of course. Who ever heard of an ice cream salesperson who enjoyed the heat of the outside? After all, it had been a terribly hot summer. You had moved into the neighborhood a while ago. Didn't seem too big. And bustling. Hence why so few businesses were here in the first place. But that just made it all the more attractive to you. After all, every town deserved at least one ice cream shop, no matter how small it was. The door opened and another faceless customer appeared. "Good morning, neighbor. Wonderful day we're having. What can I get you?" You said, followed by a fake smile and a wink. They greeted you with the surprisingly deep voice. And after a quick look around, "Yes, I'd like 2 scoops of strawberry, 1 of vanilla, a huge heap of cream with cookie crumbles, and strawberry drizzle on top, in a bowl." Almost robotically, you took down the customer's orders as he walked deeper into your parlor. Seemed as if this one wasn't a to-go order for once. Maybe this customer was able to be socialized with. You began serving up his order as you eyed him, getting ready to put a quarter in the broken jukebox, clearly ignoring the out-of-order sign. The box is..." You watched him put the quarter in. "Bro..." After selecting a song, he hit the jukebox hard on the top, which made it produce a loud clanking noise, followed by it actually playing the song again. "You fixed it!" you shouted while your customer just snapped his fingers in rhythm of the music. And now that you took a second look at him, classy blue suit, pompadour, and yellowish skin, that was Wally. Wally Darling, a well-known painter in the neighborhood. And the enigmatic man who lived directly next to you. He smiled at you as he took the ice cream bowl from you. He pointed at the box. "It's service on the house." You blushed, looking after him as he sat down to eat. When you had moved in, he had initially just eyed you out from home. It seemed at the time he wasn't sure about the new arrival. Understandable, of course. But after he saw you struggle with your moving boxes, he finally left through home's doors and approached you, introducing himself as, well, Wally Darling, painter extraordinaire. Kind and helpful at that. Of course, any help given to you was accepted with open arms, and your house turned from an empty husk to a living, breathing thing in a jiffy. With reawakened interest, you watched Wally consume your cream. So, you said after a few minutes, I have never seen you come by, so what made you come by? Wally looked at you softly. It takes a while for home to adjust to seeing a new face. Was he talking about the town? But after Julie brought your cream a bunch of times to us to give it a shot, we warmed up to you. Any pun here is not intended, of course. You leaned on your counter, hanging on to every word Wally was saying. Right. You seem nice enough, so why should I be cautious of you? Right. He smiled. Maybe it was a bit awkward, but he seemed cool and attractive. But I can't just let you fix my messes. You pointed at the jukebox. So let me do something nice for you too. He leaned back on the soft chair, eyebrows raised. Oh? And what were you thinking of? How about a date? Nothing fancy, of course. Maybe some shopping? Maybe with some cheap fast food at the end? Or the middle? Wally smirked. A mall date. Sounds lovely. Your date was 2 days later. Little short notice, of course, but it was merely a mall date, so who cares really? Wally picked you up at your house, his pompadour as impressive as always, together with his dashing smile and quite attractive suit. Come to think of it, he always wore that outfit. The only indicator that he ever switched his clothes was how worn they were and the shirt he put on beneath it. That was something that you had noticed immediately, and something you decided to tease him on. As the two of you were sitting at the edge of the mall's food court, enjoying some burgers. So, Wally, you said after swallowing a huge bite of tasty beef, do you always wear such elegant clothes? He chuckled and blushed a little in response. Man's gotta dress sharp. That's what my pa always used to say. Oh. Wally looked at you with a kind, patient smile, as you were thinking. So you really only have that? Besides pajamas, I got nothing else. The entire time you were on this date, you had been vehemently preventing him from buying you stuff, while you wondered what to get him for helping you with the jukebox. And now, thanks to him telling you that, you finally figured it out. You patiently waited for your meals to be eaten completely before taking his hand. I'm going to buy you something, you said, determined. And confused, he blinked in response. Why do I have the feeling it's going to be quite exhausting? He joked, but he didn't resist as you dragged him onto a nearby men's clothing store. Hey, this is where I get my suits, he said as he was about to dart to the suits aisle. Nope, not today, nope. You grabbed him by the back of his shirt. He giggled. Ah, come on, it's my style. It's just so me. Against his will, you pushed him into a more normal section of the store. Before you could even verbally react, already you had thrown 2 pants and 3 jackets at him. Oh boy, someone seems to be in their element. Sighing, almost reluctantly, Wally vanished in the changing cabinet. You know this is a little ridiculous, right? Less talking, more modeling. He chuckled in response to that. I'll just take that as a compliment. First, he stepped out with a really tacky Hawaiian shirt that you really only picked out for an experiment. Disappointed, you looked at him. I like it. He looked like a clown. I think I like it, I mean. With a deadpan, you simply said, next. After a minute or two, he stepped forth in a quite classy velvet bathrobe. Huh. I feel like I'm about to read a super long bedtime story to an underage child. Only thing missing is a pipe. I feel like a dad. For a moment you looked him up and down. Let's put that one on the maybe pile. A while later, and many attempts at finding something later, Wally stepped outside wearing the sickest black leather jacket you had ever seen. I don't know about this one, it's quite heavy, he said as he T-posed to give you a better look. Halt, you said, raising a finger. Slowly unbuttoned the jacket, pulling it a slightly bit back. Great, specifically today he was wearing a pink shirt beneath. That would not go. I'll be back in a minute, we are having something here, just that pink isn't vibing with me, you said as you ran between the store's aisles. However, Wally didn't need to wait long as you pushed him into the changing room while offering him a white shirt that you had quickly found. But I have some of... Oh, this isn't my size. It's a bit short and tight. That's why I picked it up. And soon he stepped outside in the glorious jacket with the incredibly tighty whitey beneath. He looked at himself in the mirror. Meanwhile, you blushed. Hard. This outfit, it really worked. Especially with his beautiful pompadour. You played with your hair coyly a little as he looked at you. I don't feel this. I feel like I look, mean. And then he noticed your facial expression. Well, someone likes it. Concerned, he held up the price tag and blushed. Oh dear. I'll buy it. But why? Because you look great. He exhaled sharply. If I accept this, you expect me to wear this, correct? You blinked. No. You were lying. So obviously lying. Every time he would wear this, you would die of happiness. He scratched his right cheek with his left hand and thought, well, maybe you could wear this a couple of times, and then straight up burn it in his backyard while you were at work. Meanwhile, however, you had taken out a switch comb from your pockets. Can you do me a favor, Wally? He looked back at you. Of course. Just, once, can you comb through your hair for me while wearing that? Confused, he took the comb and did as instructed. Yes. Perfect, you muttered. The day was soon going to end, and Wally was escorting you to your home, still dressed in his greaser outfit. The two of you stopped in front of your home's door. So, he scratched the back of his head shyly. I had a surprising lot of fun today. Had? You said seductively, raising an eyebrow. Confused, he looked at you. I mean, yeah, isn't the date over now? You deadpanned, as you inserted your keys into the door, opening it, before tapping his shoulder, gently pressing your lips onto his. Surprised, he hummed, before finally accepting it. It was actually him who took hold of your hips to pull you in closer. And after your mouths separated and he let go, watching after you as you stepped inside. But just as Wally turned around to leave, you reopened the door, grabbed him by his collar, and forcefully dragged him inside your house. before locking the door behind the two of you. Hey, thank you for watching my video until the end. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and watch a few more. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. That's all. Hope you have a good day. Until next time. Bye!